Hello, I'm Steve Mason, and this is the audio commentary for Derailed. I'm pressing start right now. Okay, so the reason why I'm going solo, Jack's not here, and I haven't seen Jack since the last podcast. He's hurt his Achilles tendon. I don't know what's up with Jack. We are going to do Predator 2 and Predators, and we are going to try and make it a fortnightly to one a month, you know. Jack lives all the way up in the boondocks up there in Allensdale. So yeah, there's a lot of people want to do these commentaries. I just say a massive thank you to everyone who supported them and liked them and, you know, wanted more. And this today is a camera test really, because my brand new microphone doesn't like being jacked into the mains. So I've picked a film that is on for 1 hour and 25 minutes, and I watched this last night. And fuck my life, what did I just watch? What am I about to watch for the second time? Honestly, probably YouTube this. The whole film's probably on YouTube. I don't think anyone's really going to care for it. I am going to absolutely kill this film. I started watching this last night at 12 o'clock, and at 1:30 I was still watching this. It's like, I was just like, it's Jaws 4 bad. This is one of Van Damme's mid-career movies. It's literally just about to start there when Millennium Films presents, and even straight away looking at it on this, the text is jumping. It's literally like jumping, like stuttery jumping. Oh god, I'm not focusing on this really. So yeah, big fan of Van Damme. Kickboxer, Jean-claude Van Damme, kickboxer, blood sport. He's a good actor. He's an incredible martial artist. He's done some shit films. Derailed. I was thinking about putting Van Damme on the Good, the Bad and the What the Fuck series. I still am, as I've got quite a lot of Van Damme movies, especially on good old VHS, including Lee Julia. And I bought this in the order, 2 for £1, so I'm not missing out. It's one I missed when it first came out. And here it's starting with the text. There's a lot of vans in this movie, I noticed last night. Yeah, see, comes a steamy car with Lucy Gender. So yeah, big fan of Van Damme. He just made some real films. This could be the height of the cocaine. It's definitely a European movie. I'm having to sit on my rickety chair as well, so I don't make any noise sitting on my editing chair as well. So yeah. So it's a shame I haven't seen Jack. I was hoping to see Jack for Predator 2. I have done a baboonry for Predator 2 as well, but it'd be great to sit down with Jack and reminisce over Predator 2 and hopefully into Predators. People like Casper, I'm interested in doing with Casper, because Casper, although he doesn't really like the camera, his interest and knowledge about films is fantastic. Ooh, a little booby shot there. So yeah, fading to black, text has dropped to the bottom there. There's another van. There's a John as well, so Jimmy John Lewis, that's a name and a half. So the music's starting there as well. John Bishop. That'll definitely not be the comedian, I don't think. So when you think of Derailed, you kind of think of Under Siege 2, and you got to think Under Siege 2 gets a lot of credit for being a bit poop, but my god, Under Siege 2 is an Academy Award winning film compared to this. So at the moment it's like a basic heist. Music beating away slowly in the background, fading to black with white font. I mean, font, you know, font's easy to do. I don't know why people, like, you know, there's 2 different fonts there, but I don't know why people don't like jazz it up a little bit, you know. Especially I seen Atomic Blonde the other day, and the font that went for that was pretty cool. So yeah, there's just a heist scene going on at the moment. Some music playing in the background, cutting a hole in the glass there. It's a 2000s movie, like, but it screams late 90s, to be honest with you. It's definitely around the same time as Double Impact and stuff like that. Double Impact, Double Team. I suppose there's only one Van Damme in here, to be honest with you. The cover, while this is just going on there, the director's got his name above the title as well. I don't even want to try and pronounce his name. A deadly virus, one way to stop it, Jean-claude Van Damme. So here we go. So there she's standing there, aiming well with a laser. Some guys about, he sees the window open. She's disappeared, the laser's still going, freehand. There's our first sign of what we're in for. Listen to that audio. I'm sure later on there's an audio of a guy. He almost sounds like he's been kicked off a fucking flying train, and all he's stuck in is a triangle hole. You think, what the fuck? So yeah, to be honest with you, this isn't too bad as a basic heist, you know. What I don't know what the fuck that is. That's some kind of James Bond fade to circle there. I don't know why they've done that for, but there we go. That's about to give the film credit there. So we're in Austria. I've been Austria. I'm not sitting here and just slating the movie as well. I've actually worked on a lot of movies, and I've made my own films as well. You know, that's why I'm not really open to criticism. You know, you put a video on YouTube, someone subscribes to your video, straight away they dislike it just because they dislike you. I mean, that's what you got to deal with if you make something and put it out there. I own this, so you know, I'm not like making a video and cutting towards it. I did want to do this as a baboonry. This will probably be in the good, the bad, and the what the fuck, because it is a fucking what the fuck film. But straight away, just, you know, the moment it's a basic Van Damme film. A little bit of a heist. Van Damme's coming to meet your job. You don't know what he's into. Obviously, it's European. But yeah, there's not much going on yet, except for here, it sounds really badly dubbed. He is so badly dubbed, that guy. It sounds like it as well. Plus it cuts away in mid speech as well. But yeah, it totally looks like it's around Double Team. I'll try and have a look at this on IMDb while this runs. I've just got a message of Killian. He's on about my Loch Ness Monster tattoo. Yes, thanks very much, Killian. Van Damme looking very planning his it's just so badly dubbed, that. I've just got a message of Mark as well. He wants to know if I want more videos. I'll be saying yes to that. Oh, send us a photo as well. Good Count Duck here. Jungle Duck. Oh yes. So yeah, sorry I'm texting people on a podcast. There's not much really going on here. Van Damme and his wife. I think Van Damme's wife is a doctor. I was a bit surprised by that later on when it actually happens. But yeah, Van Damme's literally looking. I was looking at Van Damme. I've ended up on Jeffrey Combs. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, he's done well for himself. God, Double Team's one of Van Damme's top movies on his IMDb. Do you get to pick them? So Blackwater, The Bouncer, that's coming out. We Die Young. Right, hang on. JVC. Yeah. So hang on, right, here we go. I'll get right down here. So Van Damme pretty much made Desert Heat, which is also called Inferno. Universal Soldier Return was one of Van Damme's last big movies at the pictures. He did The Order, which I bought when I bought this. Desert Heat, which I do have on VHS still. He did The Replicant, which I don't like. That's quite a good film. Van Damme showing his kid here how to do high kicks. But The Replicant's about a serial killer where they clone him with Mickey Rourke. I do have that on big box VHS as well. It's another film where Van Damme's got a twin in some form. He then made Derailed, and then he went on to make In Hell, Wake of Death, Secret Adventures of Gas State, cameo in Las Vegas, and Hard Cops and Second in Command. So this was probably the downfall. So fade to white here, and this car's coming down the street. I'm just going to bring up some details about Derailed as he pulls up in a taxi. Definitely a European country. I've got a 3.9 on IMDb. It is a 15. The main bad guy is the bad guy from Bodyguard, which he'll pop up soon. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy and Born and Gladiator, so he's done well for himself. I just want to double check it is the guy from Bodyguard. I'm sure it's the guy who gets his head blown off with a video camera at the end. So yeah, it's just really setting up the plot here. So the film's about to absolutely go mental in a minute. Mental as in what the hell is going on. So as I just flick down here, guys, yeah, he was Portman in The Bodyguard, the main bad guy, also in Tombstone as well. He's quite a good actor. He's probably one of the better things about the film. So straight away, here we go. There's a woman aiming the light. It's the woman from the start of the movie. He's walking in with a bag. He's looking for who he's like coming on. I don't know. Look who's coming on. Fucking hell. Need to sort my life out doing stuff like that. Like what? She just suddenly appears from the sky and putting fanny bags on the face. Look there. Look. It's like hiya. It's like, oh, the IMDb only has 2 quivers. Jean-claude Van Damme broke his hand while getting knocked down by a stuntman in the final fight. Average shot length is 1.5 seconds. The fastest edited film listed on the website of Cinematics, which counts the amount of scenes in a film. So that's all I've got to do. Not known as anything else, I don't think. I mean, it is a good name for an action movie, but yeah. Alright, that's enough for IMDb. So there we go. Straight away, guards are coming in. She hits disco lights, the music raves, and she's got this elaborate plan here. Everything starts to move, and this is where the film gets really bad. Next thing you know, bungee cords. Whew. Bit of opera music going there, the flying up the sky like a parade. Oh god. By this time last night I was still trying to give this a bit of a chance, but yeah, they're everywhere. He's got a gun. I quite like the music playing in there. I do like that kind of look at Van Damme here, he's like ready to kick. He's just like, you could have seen him coming a mile away. That was upside down. Mainly what was in the Jackal and stuff like that, where they use that like sort of Russian German kind of orchestra mixed with dark techno music. I'm quite a big fan of that. So they're running around here. It's like the Phantom of the Opera. So that wasn't a bad sound effect, a kick right in the face there. This film has a lot of repetitive scenes, which I'll try and point out. Hopefully you're watching this while you know you've seen it, or you know what you're talking about. It's worth buying if you're having the slow motion there, zoom kick there. It's worth owning for Van Damme fans to go, right, okay. Like, you didn't think it was going to get any worse, but now look, what the fuck. No strobe light warning on this. There's a lot of strobe going on there. Like that other guy at the top of the stairs there had enough time to shoot him. But there we go. So far, meets girl on the PS, no train yet. I'm playing this on my PlayStation 4, so I have no idea how long it's took. I've just got another message. Hopefully my phone is not interrupting. Anyway, yellow cab. Here we go. Yes, taxis. It's a Daniel Bryan taxi. There we go. Oof. And these guys aren't wasting time getting the little miniguns out there. Bloody hell. Definitely a European film when you drive through outside tables and stuff. Which, to be fair, there is a lot of them. I really like that Amstel advert at the moment where the guy's got all the chairs in his apartment waiting for the river to freeze one time of the year. It's just when it's a popular bar. That's pretty good. So far not a bad chase scene in a way. It's not a Ronin like, but you know, down the streets there. Van Damme super shot there. It's a great I mean, that's an alright practical Jeep effect, even though that Jeep looks like the same Jeep. It's still chasing them, but yeah. Car coming the other way, swerve, and we take the scene from Derailed Revenge and say, into the park. Said through the park, said through the park. So borrowing a bit from Derailed Revengeance, which is an amazing chase scene in Derailed Revengeance. The whole, like, because it's really there, you know what I mean? It's not like done in Vancouver or anything, it is actually in Central Park. So yeah, very European company. Oh, here comes a tank. Just randomly, here comes a tank. See there, why slow that down? And it's just, and repeat a few takes, repeat. A nice little crash of the Jeep, and then all of a sudden, a little pike flip of a car, pretty good. Tram gets it. Van Damme close, really bad shot that Van Damme into the petrol station. So much chaos going on here, you don't really know what's going on. The car's still sliding. Okay, the gas is going, the lights are breaking. Light down. Again, great practical stuff. Now, when I worked in Bulgaria, like a lot of the cars, they just do destroy the cars for just practical effects, which is good. But then you've got scenes like this coming up right now, which I remember from last night. You know, fire's coming. Do 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 do. That looks alright. Definitely a model, I think. Why cut back to Van Damme? What's going on here? What is that random CGI there? There's a train. Oh my god. It's practical miniatures, CGI, random bits. The car is completely cut in half. There's a bucket or a bin or something there. And it fades there. So don't get us wrong, it's not too bad, but it's like go for one or the other. Good practical effect really keeps you in the time, and it's a craft art. I mean, it's got to be cheaper to have a car, to wreck a car, than to actually put a car in a computer and have a car. Oh well, let's have it flip 5 or 6 times in the air. Like, unpredictability is the best thing about a practical explosion. You know what I mean? It's just you don't know where the car's going to go. It's why you have this massive perimeter around like stuff. Practical effects, it's definitely the way to go. And CGI. You know, I watched Baywatch recently, and like CGI fire, it's still not there. Fire is so unpredictable. It's why Backdraft's one of the best films ever made for practical effects, because of the fire effects in it. Just mental. Sorry, rant. So we're in a train station, finally. We all getting derailed. Van Damme on his mobile phone there. Something went wrong. Right, I've got myself a cup of coffee as well. I think at one point as well, Van Damme, early on in the stages of the tournament, Van Damme was, you know, in talks to be in it. I'm not exactly sure who Van Damme was going to be. Would have been pretty weird if Van Damme was the priest in it. But I can probably see him playing Joshua. But obviously that role went to Vin Rames as well. So yeah, she's turned into Atomic Blondie. I love watching extras in a film as well when you do a second take of a film. You know, there's some mullets there. Oh. Well, that was so random. Like a plot twist there. What do you want? And all the passports there, slow motion, okay, bit grainy. Right, that picture definitely looks like that picture. That guy needs to go and see my friend Charlotte at Specsavers. He looks right at her. Look at that shot. It's still in slow motion. Just a and there's a random thumbs up. Look. Oh, I thought he was doing a thumbs up last night. He's clearly reaching for maybe his gun, but it's like thumbs up, man. You may enter. So I like that music kicking in. As I say, I mean, it's going to be later on where I'll probably start laughing. I'll probably stop talking to you. So I'll probably just sort of like reminisce as well. So right, we're on the train straight away. It's all going down. She just randomly nicks someone's coat there, just for the crack. I don't remember that coat being a plot device or anything, but yeah. C2. So here comes a plot twist. I thought this guy was in it, and I'll explain why in a minute. The movie to win B. It's a very thin corridor. So we're into the bar scene here as well. Like with the tournament, there's a typical Texan cast in the cast. Big hair, big hat, that whole like tie and all that. Then you've got this lass here. This lass here seems like she's going to be sort of a red herring. She's quite a curveball character. So is this guy at the bar. I think the film tries to throw you what these guys are, or just tries to give you very stereotypical type characters. She's obviously in love with a violin, which has just walked out there. This guy's quite good. He's probably quite a decent actor. So is the Texan guy. But like, as I say, talking about Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, that builds up a lot of characters fast. There's a lot of characters in that movie. And obviously this is quite late getting into the train, you know what I mean? It's almost, this is the second act, the first one. I just had to point out as well, obviously I knew about this, and I'd bought it, and I was listening to Duncan Casey, Richard Jackson and Oliver Harper on one of their commentaries, and it might have been Universal Soldier the Return, and I remember Oliver talking about Derailed. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's just like, that is absolutely a terrible movie. And I was like, that can't be that bad. It is that bad. I totally agree with them guys. So hopefully I've beat them to doing the podcast. And Richard Jackson and his teddy bear. So, if you want to know what the whole Richard Jackson and the teddy bear is, if you watch Alternative 3 with me and Jack, which is us talking about movies, Richard Jackson is in that as well. And there's a joke about the teddy bear. So we've got some dissolves here. There's a train that leaves the station. It's got cars on there. The train is an interesting concept of like being stuck, I think, but then you're sort of limited. I think that's why Under Siege 2 had the second compartment, and it's going along then backwards. There's one called Switchback. I had quite a good train sequence in as well. Also Runaway Train with John Boyd, which you can get on Arrow, which is a really good film about a prison break, and he goes on the train. It's a bit mental at the end, especially when he's riding the train into the oblivion of the end of the film, but yeah. Obviously one of my favourite films is a low budget movie made about 5-6 years before this, Money Train. Money Train was that big budget they had to sell. It didn't do that well, a lot of the train sequence appear in other films like Stigmata and stuff like that, but yeah. So this film as well, this guy here, he's setting up a little payoff joke later on, which I felt paid off quite nice. He was starting drinking games as well. There's a bit like a Tom Arnold kind of character there. So he's a violin. You think obviously there, he's picking up the violin, and you think, no, she's going to actually pop out a gun in that, but no, she's just going to cuddle it. So some very fast cutting there between train shots as well, dissolved in a time passing over when the Texan guy is now like, right, he's hammered, he's had enough. I mean, I would be hammered. I mean, I can't drink raw spirits. It's not something I would go to the bar at the Trials and go, God, can I have like scotch on the rocks? It's like, I've got 3 bottles of Kraken rum. When I lived with Michael Galley, he introduces the Kraken rum and Coke, and obviously I'm not really allowed to drink Coke now with all my first operations and the sugar. And like Kraken rum on its own, it's like me and Annie normally have a shot of Kraken when we're out smashed, and that normally ends the night. I've got 3 bottles of it. People keep buying it for my birthday and Christmas. He even tried to unload a bottle of Matty Connor the other week when he was here when we were finishing the contact video, and I was like, nah, it's dangerous stuff, that. So, yeah. So as time passing on there, we're getting to the next train station. I want to guess that most of this was filmed in Bulgaria and Dublin. There's a lot of production goes on in Bulgaria, as well as European countries as well. And it's great when they embrace the actual city and town they're doing it in there. It's a bit like weird when they start doubling it as another country. For example, on the tournament, for an M1 chase scene with a bus and cars, you had to drive two double-decker buses all the way to Bulgaria. And then you had an airport strip where they basically filmed back and forth in the airfront to make it look like a motorway. And like, you'd be ready to film, man. It'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning, be like, wet down, and you would just have to wait for the truck to go down and make it wet, because Britain's not a warm place, especially in the northeast of England. So there's a guy from Bodyguard. As I say, he's quite a good actor. He's a good part of this film as well. So yeah, it's introducing a lot of the cast here as well. And here we go, Murder 187. The security there, radio's gone, sets that up straight away. This film doesn't really have to worry about mobile phones, even though Van Damme was on one there. It's kind of thing, if you hijack a train, you can't really go anywhere, can you? It's not like you can go off-road. So there we go, we're starting off, dissolves into more trains, close up the train tracks, flash of white into the guys getting ready for the heist. Oh yeah, I forgot, the main bad guy's called Mason, so let's get all great, here we go. I used to play a film, I've still got it, for the Xbox One, not the Xbox, no, the Xbox, the original Xbox, Urban Chaos, great first person shooter, needs remastering. Amazing game for like shooting stuff and finding stuff and masks, and it just had so much going for it. The main guy's called Mason, and it's like, fuck you, Mason, and just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Mason. I'm like, oh great, thank you. So yeah, so back to Van Damme there on his mobile phone. Oh yes. So one of the main girls is quite nice, and the bad guy there, the black guy, he's quite angry looking. He reminds us quite a bit of Leon, the guy who was in he's called Leon. It's the same guy who's in Cool Runnings, but he's also the bad guy in Cliffhanger. Really good bad actor. He's quite good in this, except for the bit where he thinks he's going to die and he starts crying. It's just like, okay, he should have just been more of that typical badass. She's quite beautiful there. So a bit of boobies coming. But yeah, the film's about to take a real weird twist. As I said, they've just activated the no mobile phone thing. Yeah, so yeah, they've got mobile phones out of the way. All the magazines in the background are in English. I don't know if that's a fault there. It is meant to be in Austria, but there we go. See a bad guy and the violin woman like having a bit of pass off. They're going to be sitting next to each other. You think maybe it's a ruse, but it's not. We'll go load them guns up. I do miss Jack. I keep thinking about Jack. I'm trying not to think about I need to go to the toilet. I'm trying to think that this camera's going to last all the way through. I'm hoping the audio is fine. Just there, you know. Now, how did his wife find him? You know, how does his wife not know what he is? He's a double agent. She's brought him a cake. And of course, here comes the kids as well. Well, yeah, that would be an awful moment to be caught on camera, definitely. So yeah, they switched cabins, by the way. Remember that? They switched cabins and his wife found them, but then the bad guys can't find the woman they're looking for. And what does his wife think his job is? Yeah. Twist plot 1. And Van Damme's got a great vulnerability look. Like, huh? What's going on? But yeah, I've watched Nowhere to Run recently. I got that on DVD. As I say, I've got The Order. I've got Welcome to the Jungle because I'm my new baboonry and Welcome to the Jungle's in it. And it's the cannibal film in Fiji, and I do mention the Rocks one. It's called The Rock and that. That's another Welcome to the Jungle, only in the UK, as it's called Rundown most places. And then we have the new Van Damme film called Welcome to the Jungle, which I need to get around to watching. I've done a lot of fast forward reviews with Van Damme as well. Enemies Closer, which I fucking love that movie. That was pretty awesome as well. A Kickboxer. I've done the new Kickboxer as well. It's going to be, since I'm just finishing a review for Bordello of Blood, which I filmed last May. It took us a year. I'm going to be editing it after I film this, finishing it up. I was editing that last night. I took a break to go and watch this. About 2 months ago I filmed the new Kickboxer. It's fucking mental. I don't mind quickly talking about that because this is just him trying to get back with his wife. You know, Mike Tyson's in it, Christopher Lambert's in it, the Giant Guy's in it, and Van Damme turns up and he's blind, but Van Damme forgets he's blind, and it's a very, very insane movie. So Van Damme's off to save his massive. Van Damme's off to save his massive. God, I'm probably jealous of Van Damme. Actually, his hairline's awesome for his age. I mean, fucking hell, my hairline. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm filming this as well, but yeah, my hairline stops at the back of my head. There, it's like fucking hell. So. He's just a proper evil guy, him. Probably evil look. He just suits like the angry death of the film, but he sort of like wimps out a bit. He's a very angry guy. Right, look at this plot twist here. He gets up and goes to hide in the cupboard. Now he might be hiding cash, but he just happens to go in the cupboard just as they walk in and shoot everybody. And you kind of think, he's got to be in it. He must have told them what cabin they were in, or he knew what cabin they were in. It's just something like, I just found that so random last night. And he just got up and went in. There we go. So now he's hiding in the cupboard. Just like Morris Chestnut is in the cargo hold. That gun sounded totally fake there as well when he cocked it. His wife, last who plays his wife, she's just quite a good performance. She's, you know, the urgency, I mean, acting like looking after your kids as a mother do, especially if you're not a mother. I'm guessing that'll, it's just it's acting skill there. As the Van Damme first kick of the film, she does not react to Van Damme kicking and going through the door. She is still focused on the Texas guy. And out goes the angry man into the bush. So he's safe, he's not dead. Van Damme still got his gun. Weird shot of a train. Fade to Van Damme. Look at this. It keeps dissolving to the same corridor, and I'm looking in the same door. Oh, maybe it's not this bit, but yeah, that just dissolved the same shot really randomly and strangely. I will butcher the editing in this. I love video editing. Anyone watches this, I'm a proper, like, every time I edit something I'll look at it for hours and hours and hours and days and months and months. And like, I finished a film called Branches in January. I still haven't released it because I want to watch it again to make sure it's okay. Everyone's seen it, says it's okay, but I still haven't made it public because I'm like that. So it's fading there to black, and they're setting up the cast, everyone together so they can control the train. Again, that actor there, he's quite evil. And here comes Mason, the head honcho. Very evil, sadistic smile. Brutal death, you know, in Bodyguard when he gets half his face blown off and they shoots him with that massive camera. So there was a transition of sliding across as well. So that was a different transaction. There goes a kid, shot straight out the door. And she's still holding that violin, so she's not in on it. So the bad woman shows a weakness side of the family again. She was just holding a violin in the background. So dissolved, the train going in the tunnel, the Van Damme and the woman crawling across the top of the train. With some almost cheesy 70s music. So right, she's crawled all the way along this train, she drops out. There we go. And straight away, here comes a guy. Now I think this is a guy, I'm going to try not to talk for a minute, because you can hear his scream when he gets put in a triangle lock. Stood in the tone, punch in the face, elbow in the face. Just like that audio does not, like, all she did was like swing him around. He was like getting chucked somewhere. That was wow. He's dead. Yeah, Mason there is definitely pro in this. He's taking it serious, a bad guy. So there's the guy behind him there. A couple of henchmen as well. So this is where the film's really going to start to drop in quality, especially when they try to get on top of the train here. What's about to happen? Oh. She wants to get to Munich, okay. Whoa. So this is what it's all about. It is about a deadly disease, which looks like the reanimated juice, to be honest with you. Herbert West has lost his juice, but it's smallpox. It's better. I mean, the idea of like Universal Soldier, Under Siege 2, and especially when they're killing people with satellites, is quite immense. Like, I always thought Half Past Dead should have been Under Siege 3. That mental film in the prison with because it is, I mean, everyone calls it a Derailed syndrome, you know, put somebody in a predicament where they can't get out of, under siege on a boat, under siege on a train, Die Hard in an aeroplane, Die Hard in Nakatomi Tower, Van Damme on a train. You know, it just takes, like, even Firestorm or Howie Long, or like Howie Long's making a break for it in his career, it's chuck him in a forest fire kind of stuff. So here comes the violin, the plot device, bad guy picks it up. This is just to prove the bad guy is a bad guy. It took me 10 years. 1800 violin. You ready? This is the plot. Smash. Poor violin. Like what? Why? Why is that about? Does she come back and kill him later on? I mean, I understand if people took my ukulele and smash that. I mean, everyone just like, really put that fucking thing down. I'm trying to think who he actually sounded like there, but Galina Constantine. So Van Damme just happens to be outside the window while this is happening. The guy in the grey suit there, if you're watching this, if you want to rewind it, the guy in the grey suit has just not only changed eyesight, but then changed directions in between shots, which was quite, it's quite funny. Down. He sounds like John Malkovich. John Malkovich, Con Air. She's still holding a fucking broken violin. That's hilarious. So hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm finding it weird sitting on the spot here. As I say, if this goes alright, I will like look at all the films in the background and make. Well, I'm saying I can't see it's just my audio, but to do shorter films, you know, because I pick a lot of films up and probably give them a second watch, wonder what's going on. So here we go. He's the first. Look how bad this blue screen is, man. So they're getting on top of the train. Oh, that does not look good. That does not look good with them on top of the train. So there's shooting going on, there's riots happening, everyone's screaming. Went down through the way. Right, this goes a bit weird. So Van Damme's just jumped through here, he's taking on two guys. Get some Van Damme kicks in there. And then look, it splits into two screens. As the lass comes in on the right, he now starts fighting. She starts fighting the woman on the right. Now he starts fighting the guy on the left. And it's like, it's got some weird, creepy angles, especially that with him there. What was that? Crouching Tiger? Alright, so Van Damme's now just been knocked out by the evil black guy. And John Malkovich, discount John Malkovich Mason, has turned back up randomly. Was that all happening in the same carriage? It was just so random to split screen randomly like that and have like the disco music coming on. What was that about? So Van Damme's been knocked out. Van Damme's gun is now in the left side of his jacket, if I'm going to be picky. Especially when he had his thumbs up at the start I was telling you about, when he was going to reach into the right. I don't know. It's not like I walk around holding a gun in me coat. Look at that. Freeze frame, stills dissolved. Like, what was that about? And Herbert West has escaped in the capsule. So now the film takes another twist, as it's now got the fact that the virus, the deadly virus, is now. Now this is where the black guy starts like freaking out. He's went from being a stone-faced badass to like freaking out. He's called Henry. He's called Jimmy John. That is Jimmy John Lewis. So Henry there's freaking out. So there's a guy named Valasar Piv, who I've actually met and worked with before. He's in this as Oliver, but he must be really young actually. Some more results there. I just recognised him on IMDb, finding Henry, so I'm sure we called him Zarko. He's a really nice guy. He's a bellboy stunt double in the tournament as well as additional stunts. So Henry's now kicking in Van Damme. There's a lot of close up the nostrils. He's went from having a gun to not having a gun. Half Nelson there. Headbutts the random guy. What was that, Henry dead? Shot in the arm. Oh, so Van Damme's shot and out the train. Oh, he's hanging on. So there we go, some CGI effects of the vaccine, the venom, the virus, that's the word, going through the air cooling systems, so yeah. I ain't doing shit. Van Damme holding on there. Oh, I remember this bit from last night. Here we go. We're going to get a sex scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Van Damme, scream, 17. It's like so fast cutting of just them kissing in slow motion. Look at that, it's stills as well where Van Damme's crawling up to the train. Why do you need this? What's fucking going on? Dissolving into the fucking train tracks and then stopping. It just totally stopped there to like the next scene. Like, what was that about? Talking about a love scene, like bloody hell. So Van Damme's still crawling along the bottom of the train while the love scene's clearly going on. And now he's back in. And here comes a CGI helicopter. And this is where Van Damme's going to find the guy in the cupboard in the baggage terminal. But I am guessing he went in there to hide money when it looks like there's absolutely nothing in that cupboard. But it could be his workstation. But he did suspiciously get up and go in there before anything like kicked off, really. Oh, bless me, he's been shot. Quite like Sudden Death. There's another stereotypical Die-Hard movie. It's from the same director as Enemies Closer, when Van Damme fights a penguin, which I hate fucking penguins. But yeah, it's Van Damme doing the whole Die-Hard thing in an ice hockey rink, you know. The concept's there, just keeping it fresh and trying not to be a clone of Die-Hard. That's a fucking total GoldenEye door open, that sound effect. Oh, what was that? He was just screaming over the monkey wrench. Aren't you meant to be? Oh, he's got a bigger monkey wrench. Oh, that's probably what you shared first time. That's impressive grabbing that, Van Damme. That must weigh a ton, that thing. So the nerd who's looking after Trit is just gone in. Oh man, did he? I didn't see that last night. He just went in the bloody engine. That's grim. Van Damme was a homicidal maniac. He's a murderer there. That's murder. See, slow motion down there. Undertaker uppercut underneath there. Knife edge chop. That's not a knife edge chop. So Van Damme, like Under Siege 2, is teaming up with one of the crew members to try and take out the bad guys. Wild Wild West, there's a mental film on a train. It's a better part of some of the scenes as well. The violin lady's at pretty ill. Bless him. I'm sure there was a scene last night as well, and it might have been when the whole double screen was taken on, when Van Damme punches somebody over the top. You can see the guy's back protection on, but I think I might have missed that. Press the red button to go left. That random button in the middle of the floor is to go right. In case Van Damme's found the robot. Switch off the mobile phones. Same scene as before. That guy hasn't gone far. He's just changed his shirt. Saying that, like, it is a good location shot for the background and stuff like that, so you know, 2 shots for the price of 1. So apart from the guy who plays Mason Cole in The Bodyguard, it's the only guy I really recognise from anything else, except for Zarko. There she is, a doctor then. Oh. So they've been having sex by the looks of it. A big on kiss fest. Oh, still kissing. That was quite stealthy techniques. Hold a gun and handcuff somebody, considering she just killed that guy before. Oh, Henry's back. Film grain on there. See, oh, it's poor CGI that. There's a helicopter in the background. Van Damme's now the train driver. The bad guy there looks like the guy who's in, he's cast as German in a lot of movies, is unlike the bad guy from Walking Dead. He's in, is it the same guy I'm thinking about? He's in Justified and stuff like that. Oh, my phone is beeping. Oh, the Dylan back. Message from Chris Hunter. What's this about? Chris Hunter loving my dizzy test I put out. That's it. Right, sorry, Chris Hunter's distracting us there. Massive montage randomly, Van Damme looking crazy, the engines cutting in there, the fuel gauges going all over the place, the bad guys getting ready for anarchy. You know, look how fast this is going now. Oh, see there, look at that reflection there. Helicopters on the floor there. Like, looking at the blue screen there, he looked like bloody, it looked like Nosferatu looking back at him. He was that pale and that. Van Damme's down that engine again. Is he going to chuck the girl in? See, look at that. That was a hip toss over and she broke her neck. It didn't look very good there. You know what I mean? That wasn't a like clean death for her. The engine room's now on fire. Van Damme's creeping around while her boyfriend is a bit angry. But yeah, that was a pretty weak death. She was the love of my life. I remember that from last night. Kick Van Damme. Flying back fist, man. What was that when they did you hear that Superman playing? What was that about? Like that, some kickboxing there. Knee strikes. Down to MMA. Someone always knows MMA in these films. Going for another triangle hold into an armbar. What was that? A forward flip teabag by Van Damme. That's a new one for his repertoire. Oh, arm breaker. Going into a Taz mission. Going for a Taz mission, or is he going for the fucking chicken wing? Oh, he's going for the eye gorge. into a sleeper hold. It's weird, right? Because there we go. The guy's getting choked out in a sleeper. In wrestling, they use that to put people to sleep. Classics like the late Great Roddy Piper, Brutus Barber, Dolph Ziggler, for example. They always do that, and obviously school kids. Oh yeah, I'll put you to sleep. It can fucking kill you. So there's that noise again. Open the door. It was a different door as well. Right, so that's really poor CGI. Crossed with miniatures here. CGI is poor there, guys. On a blue screen on top of the train, Van Damme running towards. So we've got Van Damme running across the train. We've got CGI looking down. We've got the bad guys trying to get on top of the train. CGI blue screen. Van Damme, look at Van Damme like running like he's fucking in the Olympics, jumping across them carriages. Train, bad guy getting up the train. Oh, it's going to get hooked. How did he manage to do that so quick on a moving train? He flipped that metal cord around and hooked that so quickly. Oof, have that. So we've got a bit of a fight there between... Oh, hang on. Get in there. It's the end of Darkman coming. Darkman, there's a good chase scene with a helicopter. Not exactly a train, but yeah. Helicopter versus tunnel. It's coming. So watch this. The helicopter just suddenly disappears. So a mixture, the mixture between a model, CGI, and Van Damme on blue screen there. And now they're in a tunnel. Black and white, lots going on. There's a lot of standard noises for bits and bobs, like. Smallpox is taking a hold. American guy starts kicking off about vaccines and stuff. And gets knocked out for his troubles. Lumberjack man just looking for his girlfriend's going to help. There's a bit of discovery here while half the cast is sick and half the cast isn't. And to be fair, to be honest with you, it's good to see that some of the bad guys are ill as well. So it's not like, you know, whip the hair off. Okay, so Van Damme's now hiding in the car. There's something about the voices in this, you know. Back to the blue screen. I mean, that does look poor there, the guy getting in the car. I'm watching this on a different telly than I was last night. I think my newer telly, it's a bit more sharper as well, so it looked a lot worse than it was. But that just looks so bad. I mean, look at how fast that cutting is there, man. That's 10 frames. Unleashing the AK-47 on Van Damme in the car. There's Henry on top firing down. And a car explosion on a train. Looks practically done for the better part of that. Looks like a model, like, but that bit didn't. Oh, film grain keep popping up on here. But yeah. Okay, so Van Damme's about to get in a motorbike, and it's going to make this film a very interesting concept. Oof, how bad did that look, that cut there? Him climbing up the stairs, and I mean that bit there with the Henry guy coming towards. The blue screen there is so bad. What is that? You can see the outline? Was Henry dead? No, Henry's upside down. Save Henry. Look at that AK-47 there. Here comes another car about to blow by. Oh yes, Henry gets his leg stuck. So Indian man's just blew himself off the train. Van Damme. What was that about? Why did you need to dissolve? Like, is Henry dead or is Henry not dead? Or Henry's still alive? But there was dissolves, cuts, dissolves. I mean, what is going on there? And like, so Henry's running across one train. Van Damme is riding up the train, right? And now he's just jumped between one train to the next. No ramp. Like, blue screen, poor blue screen. Van Damme looks like he's gone the wrong. Van Damme is now leaning to the side and shooting. He's just shot Henry while leaning to the side, while riding across a train. I mean, how long of a train carriage? What was going on there? It's fucking ludicrous. I wonder if you can hear the dog next door barking. That's just craziness. So Van Damme, like Steven Seagal, when Steven Seagal falls off the train on Siege 2 and he goes and gets a truck and races along the truck, and then does he crash the truck or jump out the truck like fucking Superman, land back on the train? You know, I suppose you have to have the hero fall off the train at some point. And there's the creep sniffing on it. Wig, a bit weird. And then he's just going to finger a cake. So Henry's back. Henry's been shot, but he's still alive. Just message Chris Hunter back as well. Did you? That was the guy pulling the gun out of his holster. So Van Damme's now blasting through a village here. So lumberjack guy is sacrificing his jumper, which he's had to wear because he's wearing a tank top underneath, which would look suspicious on getting on the train, especially in Austria where it snows a lot. And yeah, he realised he got it's a BCG, yeah. I remember getting a BCG when I was a kid and everyone was going, oh, fucking knocks. See, alright, yeah, people faint. I tell you what, people like going around and punch them and all that. I mean, for an injection you're meant to have, what a mark it leaves. I'm just still looking there and go, right, that scar is a BCG. See, this bit here, the lass who's playing the daughter there, this is quite good, like, ill acting, because I thought she was going to snuff it last night. I was like, yeah. As I say, I was like, watch this film, and I even thought about turning it off. I was thinking, Christ, like, I need to put something else on. If you want to know, I ended up watching Vamp audio commentary on after that from Arrow. I really enjoyed Vamp. Vamp's colours are amazing, the fucking purples and greens. But like, I kept watching this because it was bad. But then this bit when they're chucking the ice, I mean, the actress there was like, yeah, don't need a method act that. He shoved it in the coat, wrapped up and full of ice. You know. Look at this, got ice like popping out of her neck, like, so yeah, it was quite believable. I thought she was generally going to die. Then you've got more train shots, then train wheels, dissolves, trains, some random guy drinking there, cutting back the control room. So fast, like really fast cutting. I mean, audio has been carried over between takes and stuff. That's just weird. Oh, poor kid's ill as well. Ice Girls looks like she's gonna die here. so used to like not having neighbours, and now I've got neighbours on both sides of my house now, so I can hear stuff, and I'm thinking, right, what's going on? And it's obviously someone, the wall next to us is probably, I don't even know what they've got in their room. I might have to ask them, because I might find him just sitting here to himself. So inconspicuously here comes Van Damme. He's going to try and get back on the train just as his wife is discovered to be his wife, and they can use him as ransom. I'm not sure Van Damme's got Herbert West's. I'm not sure who's got Herbert West's poison at the moment. Oh, hang on, I'm going to answer myself. So a little jump up there, and jumps onto the plane, and then you go. There we go. Van Damme's on the train. Just so happens to meet his friend as he jumps in. Engine room's still on fire. It's been on fire for a while now. So Vincent, who knows everything about the train, did not realise the train was on fire, even though Van Damme's just passed him. So Vincent was just looking out randomly. Borrows a little bit from Derailed here, using the tannoid systems, or the microphones. Watch out, we have them hostage. Again, the train tracks and the train wheels for some reason. Oh, the girl is back. Is she still handcuffed to the table? It's getting serious. Yep, she's... Oh, no, she's got the... she's got Herbert West's medicine there. But you have that in a prison wallet. Where did that come from? How did he not... I got it. See, it just totally sounds dubbed and all that. There's that shot of the train underneath again. Oh, it's a different train. Oh, alright, because there's going to be a train crack in a minute. Train track. It's going to be a train crash. Right, this is the scene I think I was on about before, when Van Damme's going down the same corridor looking for the doors. No, it's not. That guy Mason, who played Mason Cole's got a bit of a scar on his head. Whatever happened to him, that must have knocked. He might actually be the gunman from Bodyguard. He might have been off the rails for a while. Wait, rails. Oh, yep, there you go. Remember, his kid can do karate. Just kicked it. Oof, and so can the bad guy, but looks at it. Oh, freeze frame. That definitely wasn't Van Damme screaming. So, CGI, train driver's drunk, so that must have been the guy before. Zoom in there. Henry looking confused there. That guy who's trying to brake looked like he was jerking off there. That was, I'm just going to say how it was. So bad CGI that. Right, Henry's got to be dead. He's just been hit by another train. Miniatures, CGI. And that's two trains crashing there. What was that? Less than 10 seconds of two trains crashing. Oh, it's still going on. Oh, big explosion, CGI miniature. Fade into the notice board that there's been a crash. Whoa, did you hear that guy? Whoa. And it's daylight? Fucking hell. It went from being pitch black to daylight so quickly. Right, here's that scene. Van Damme is going up and down the same corridor. It's cutting closer. Oh, I'll give up looking for that. Oh, there, see? It cut to him. It's the same fucking scene. Look, that's the same cut. It's like, oh my god. This is the point where I thought I fell asleep last night. Like, yeah, it's Van Damme. It's daylight. You see, hey, it's daylight. So he's went from fighting with the bad guys to now his son's missing. So he thinks his son's died. And I was confused, as you probably are there. Fades from train tracks into that. Where did his son go anyway? Son was running away from Henry. Henry's dead. I think Henry's definitely dead. And I have no idea what's happened to Mason Cole there. It's to say Van Damme, you know, I think he's a good actor in the right role. I mean, he's good as a bad guy. He's good in Expendables 2. A JVC film I would like to revisit as well, because that was quite good. But he's so green sometimes. But that's why, you know what you get. You get Van Damme. You have Van Damme in a train film. It's going to sell, isn't it? You know. But it's definitely part of the European ones he was doing, because obviously Universal Soldier Return, I've seen that the pictures didn't do too well, and Van Damme started to do stuff in Europe from there, like The Order and stuff like that. And you know, Replicant wasn't a bad film, as I said before, but you know, you need to watch that Enemies Closer when he's a fucking mountie. It's mental. So back to the train. It's daylight, going into a town. It's a pretty long train from being derailed. So it must have been the end carriage what went. While the guy's talking, you're seeing exactly what's going on. It's quite fast paced, that. And we've got the Apache helicopters by the looks of it. I mean, if that's not stock footage, that would have cost a fortune. I know if you don't get the military involved, I mean, a lot of stock footage is used in films. Oh. But again, there goes CGI. Whoa, that was so bad. I didn't see that last night. A transition CGI through Van Damme looking out the curtain. I mean, if you were going to do a scene like that in the movie, you would just not do it. You would spend your money on budgets, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, don't fix everything with CGI. Use practical effects, look at the script. You know what I mean? You're trying to make something suspenseful, but then make it so, you know, CGI, if it's done bad, takes you right out the fucking film. It really does. Oh, and the guy is dead. Vincent is dead. Mason's still alive, got a black eye. Don't know where he's been for a while, but him and Van Damme are continuing their fight now. Oop, kicked in the face. Some kicks and punchings. So there, oh, front rear headlock. And almost like a spine buster in the next carriage there. I don't know what's going on here. The trains are parting while these guys fight in between the carriages. Van Damme's putting on some proper strainy faces. Greeny screeny. Got him by the tie. And Mason gets his leg stuck, and Van Damme very quickly again, just like with a helicopter, gets his tie, wraps it around, gives him a double board knot, and then shuts the door. So quick, so quack shot. And poor Mason is about to be sawed. Oh, there's his leg. So the film's a 15. It would have probably been at 18 if they'd seen that guy split in half. But I think the film could have done with that. The film could have done with a little bit more gore. And the guys are trying now to squeeze the handbrake. I don't know what it is, but this old guy who's playing, who's the Gilbridge? The old guy who's playing the general. Oh, my favourite binocular shot, when they just put the binocular effect over the top. The old guy, you know, again Under Siege 2, when it cuts back to the war rooms and all that Kurtwood Smith and stuff like that, trying to solve the equation. The old guy there reminds us of like the guy in Godzilla 85 in his war room. The music's a little bit over the place because I don't know what that music is. The last time I was on a train, I went to Edinburgh. I got on the wrong train going there, which my friend Gally and my girlfriend Annie have not let down about that. When I was coming back from Edinburgh, Gally was like, "You sure you don't want us to wait for you to get on the right train?" My mum was like, "Are you on the right train?" I was like, "I'll get on the right train." Annie's like, "Are you going to get on the right train?" I was like, "Right, I'm going to get on the right train." And I was waiting there in Edinburgh Terminal. It's a big train station. It's got a big board up there, and as I was looking and I turned around, Will Wheaton was standing right behind us. I was like, fucking hell. And I just bought another movie called Python at that time. Right, Apache helicopter, bad CGI, out of focus. What is that? Seriously? The bridge has been destroyed to stop this train. That is so bad. Wow, like there's different kind of angles. It's really weird. That guy there, he's not even looking at it happening. Oh my god, that was so bad. And the rest of the train, is this another train? I'm confused. I don't know if there was two trains there or what. The train is just over the edge. That whole run through the train scene before it goes off the edge. A bit of a big explosion. CGI, miniatures, practical. What is that? Violin lady still scared. That guy who's decided to get rid of his jacket is rocking a Dean Ambrose kind of look. There you go, it's borrowing a bit from Lost World Jurassic Park here. So yeah, I mean, I deliberately bought Python that day with a Will Wheaton film after you check it. Will Wheaton decided, but it was with his wife. I didn't want to bother him. I had enough. There was a little bit of him on camera, and it was enough for us to go. Oh, there's Van Damme's son again. But yeah, it was just awesome to turn around and see Will Wheaton. That was awesome. And the bridge is breaking. Van Damme's getting scared. And they're... Whoa, fuck me, that's so bad. Oh my god. I'm sorry, no. Like, why did you make it daylight? Like, you've just faded the white there. Why didn't you just leave it? And now you've turned into Outbreak. Do it in the night time. You can cover more of the night time. But yeah, runaway train, never coming back. Wrong way, on the wrong side of the track. Runaway train, runaway train, never coming back. Put that ukulele down, it's going to suffer the same fate as the violin. So get ready for quarantine. Van Damme is fine. His wife is fine. The main guy was fine. You know. So the lady who plays Van Damme's wife, I think she's quite believable in this. She's quite good. There is some poor acting in it, you know, but it is what it is. I don't believe Van Damme's just fired this entire film wearing a blue jumper, like. Look at this. So he's this woman who's a quarantine expert or whatever, and this woman's just walking over and laying down the law. Like, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Tell me what to do. You may be infected. Oh, and Van Damme just happens to now. He's now got Herbert West's medication. And Texas Man's making a move on Violin Man, and just so happens that Dean Ambrose, the lumberjack man, guess what? His girlfriend is now looking after them. She actually works for the quarantine emergency team. Nice little nod to the head, but it's like, really, what the fuck? So, yeah. definitely Tom Arnold. He came there quick. Fucking no shit. Where did he leave him? Biohazard response team. And even that general's there as well. There's quite a lot going on there from just getting off the train. Van Damme doesn't have a mark on his face, by the way. He's just like clean shaven, touching makeup. I mean, how many times has he been punched, kicked? He's just been in a fucking train crash. Ooh. Oh, it's his birthday. Oh yes, the cake. Fucking hell. Ooh. Don't kiss each other, man. One of you might have smallpox. Wait a minute, where are they going? Oh, we're going to see the kids. Oh, there's that James Bond fading in to another safe robbery. So that lady from the start has now become a professional cat burglar. She should have probably died, to be honest with you. I mean, she's the one who stole the vacuum and was going out the bad guy, so I think she should have died. She'd give Van Damme the gun. So the movie's just end it, and the movie's just hit with Derailed, and it's going to have some rap music going on here. Henry's name is quite low down. Lars. Jasper, Oliver. Zarko. Nickname Zarko. We used to call him in the Bulgaria. That's awesome, Zarko. Hi, Zarko. I went in Bulgaria, loads of people had nicknames, but trying to like call off and stuff like that, trying to pronounce their full names and stuff like that. It's just another world, like. So, by the looks of it, the camera is rolling alright. I have no idea what the audio is going to be like. It's just running down there. It does look like it was filmed in the Bulgaria area. Best boy grip, sound recording artist Valamir, stunt coordinator. Just having a look down there. Stunts Troy. Not Ian Dando Troy, but another Troy. It's quite fast. Mr. Van Damme, stunt doubles. Mr. Van Damme. Yeah. Artists, plasterer, draftswoman, draftsman, script supervisor, set dressers, props. Bob Toms. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the credits are going up. They seem like we're jerking back, sort of, like really like hand cranky jerky. There's a lot of construction. Bloody hell! If you're looking at the construction there and into the metal construction, everyone's name and about 15 people's names ended with V in a row. It's the same with the miniature effects. Everyone's name is ending with V. Rusov. Bloody hell! That's just hurting my head. There's a lot of people's names ending with V's here. I don't even want to count. It's added again. Drivers, the first 10. Bloody hell! Don't even like. Wow. Nearly every driver on the film, out of about 30 people's names, ends with V. That's just trippy. I don't even want to start looking. It's just doing it again there. Set dressings. Everyone's names ending with V. Wow. And probably the problem is, right, if you're trying to watch this on YouTube, right, and I'm still talking, the video was probably finished because someone's probably went off to rip off somebody else's work and upload it on their website, whatever. But yeah. Glenn Wilder, I guess too many V's. Popov, Zan, grips, hairstylist, stand-in, props, on-set doctor. So yeah, it's ended with rap music as well, which, you know, it's had a very wide range of music. FX 3D supervisor, compositors, 3D animators, support staff, digital artists, effects, CGI artists, additional stuff. Oh, more 3D supervisors, manager, operator, supervising sound editor. Yeah. So hopefully next time I do one of these podcasts, Jack will be back. I have enjoyed this. The camera looks like it's going to last. So I'm going to try and do the average of an hour and a half movies. As I say, when I tried to do a podcast, I had the camera charged in. It was just, the audio was just fucked. But yeah. Copyright 2002. There's nothing to say where the film was filmed there. If it is, gone super fast, ends with Derailed right at the last credits and stops mid-center and hovers there. So yeah. Well, I've been Stephen Mason. Thanks for listening to this podcast for Derailed. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Any recommendations, let us know. And I would buy it, as I buy every film. But yeah, Derailed, it's somewhat strange. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.